Welcome to the Maharashtra State Board of Technical Education, coming with the lead Learning at Your Doorstep. The name of course is Utilization of Electrical Energy. Name of unit is Electric Drives and Elevators. Unit outcome is select the power transmission drive of the electric motor for the given application with justification. In the today's session, we will learn the transmission of mechanical power of the drive and bearing. The key takeaways are direct drive, indirect drive, ball or roller bearing, sleeve or the bush bearing. Learner may pause the presentation and can note down the concept map in the notebook. Transmission of mechanical power. So, the mechanical power is available at the shaft of motor. Now, this power it is to be transmitted. So, it is done by, say, direct drive. So, the motor shaft is directly connected to the driven member. As shown in the diagram, the motor and the generator set, they are coupled. A flexible coupling is used for such a purpose. So it can be used when the speed requirement of drive member and the driven member is same. Another way to transmit the power is indirect drive. In indirect drive, mechanical power available at the source is transmitted through some medium. It may be gear, chain or belt. The power loss is definitely more in case of indirect drive, and hence the transmission efficiency is less. Following are the types of indirect drive. First of all, belt drive. So the motor shaft is connected to the load through a belt. So what is a belt? So belt, it is a loop of flexible material used to link the two rotating shafts mechanically. The material for the belt are may be made up of leather, nylon, terylene, rubberized cotton, hair belt, etc. So the belt drives are of two types. There are two types of the belt. Number 1, flat belt drive. Number 2, V-belt drive. First of all, we'll see the flat belt drive. In case of the flat belt drive, two pulleys are fixed on the shaft of the main motor and machine to be driven. It is basically a long distance drive and it is generally preferred in the horizontal position. The diagram gives the idea of the belt drive, in which there are two sides. Number 1 is the slack side, another is the tight side. So there are two driving system and the driven system, driver pulley and the driven pulley, which are connected with each other with the help of a belt. So the slack side of belt is kept at the top so that natural sag increases the arc of contact of the two pulleys. The ratio of diameter of driver pulley to the driven pulley should not more than 6:1. Distance between driver pulley and driven pulley should not be less than 4 times the diameter of the larger pulley. These are few conditions which give the smooth operation of the system. Flat belt drive gives the following advantages: that it is quite simple and flexible, and desired speed ratio it can be obtained, and also when the sudden load changes occurs, there is a tendency of the belt to slip on the pulley. So this is better for both the driving and the driven member. but few disadvantages are also associated with the flat belt. That since it is a long distance belt drive system, so space required is more. Power transmission range, it is between 150 to 200 kilowatt. Also, it gives the wear and tear. If we see the application of the flat belt drive, it is used in flour mills that we have seen in our day-to-day life, and the cotton mills as well. Now we will take the V-belt drive. In the first and the second diagram, idea of the V-belt drive is given. There is a pulley over which a groove of the V shape is there. So the V-shaped belt, it is fixed in the pulley. In case of the flat belt drive, if the speed increases, the chances of the slipping are more. So the V-belt drive are used for the higher speed rating up to the 450 kilowatt drive. Due to the wedge shape of the pulley and belt and this geometry, there is an increased friction between the belt and groove. This design provides the better grip. The distance between the motor and load is comparatively less. Several belts can run side by side on one pulley to increase the power transmission. In case of V-belt, distance between the shaft's center should not be less than the diameter of the larger pulley. This is to be taken in the mind. The maximum distance between the shaft is limited to the sum of the diameter of both the pulleys. Advantages of the V-belt drive, that they are quite noiseless in the operation. Coupling is better than the flat belt and less wear of the bearing and the less bending stresses on the shaft. But they are the costlier one. In the diagram, we can see that there is a rope. So here we are talking of a rope drive. When the mechanical power is to be transmitted over the larger distance, the rope drive is used instead of belt. It is used for the power range beyond the limit of the V-belt drive, that is above the 450 kilowatt. It is a long center drive and it has ability to take the sudden loads. So here the slip is almost negligible. Only by observation we can identify that it is a chain drive. We can recall of our bicycle, or we see it in the automobiles. So chain drive, it is an arrangement of the sprockets, and it is a mechanism in which the power transmitted from an engine to the wheels by means of a moving endless chain. It has no slip at all. It can be used for the high speed ratio, and the speed ratio limit is the 7:1, with a distance between the pulley center about 1.5 to 2 times the diameter of the larger pulley. No initial tension is present, just like as in the belt, and hence the bending stresses are eliminated. As we have seen that the most popular drive is the automobile sector, in which this type of chain drive is used. The chain must run concentrically on the sprocket and at the right angle to the shaft. This is the only condition. Every particular type of transmission media is having its own advantages and disadvantages. Particular system is suitable to a particular load. So here we see the advantage of the chain drive, that it is quite compact, efficiency is more, and there is nothing like a slipping problem which occurs in the belts, and there is no direct friction like the belt or the rope. It is not affected due to the temperature effect because there is no direct friction like the belt or the rope drive, and this type of system is mechanically stronger. Now we see the disadvantage. So Lubrication, it is a must and frequently it is to be done, and it cannot be used in application where the slip is involved. In our day-to-day life, in the college, in the industry, in the outside world, we are familiar with about discussed all type of the drives. So gear drive is also one of it, and it was the first form of the power transmission in the early days, and it is a short-centered positive drive, and it transmits the motion from one shaft to the another shaft by means of contact through the tooth wheel. So gears are used to change the direction of rotation, to increase or decrease the speed of driven shaft, and to increase or decrease the torque of the driven unit. If we see the classification of the gears, it is of four types: external spur, internal spur, rack and pinion, and the helical. In the diagram, external spur gear is shown, in which the external spur gear has their teeth cut on the outside surface of matching cylindrical wheels. The shafts are parallel to each other. In the diagram, internal spur gear is shown. The diagram is self-explanatory. The contact area in the case is more, and hence the transmission of power is better. Also the space is less. This is the rack and the pinion arrangement. It converts the rotatory motion to the linear motion, or the vice versa. In the diagram, helical gears are shown, in which the teeth of helical gears are at an angle. If we see the advantages of the gear drive, so basically it is mechanically very strong and wide range of the speed. This can be obtained, that is up to the 60:1. Life is also good, transmission efficiency is good, and it is quite compact. But it is not suitable for the very large distances and the very high speed, and lubrication care it is to be taken off. In the diagram, the ball bearing is shown in the figure, in which the balls are used, or the rollers are used to support the shaft, and they are very useful up to the 100 HP size, and they have the advantages that minimum lubrication because of their shape, low friction, wear resistant, low maintenance. The ball bearings are basically less in the dimension. They have the longer life and the easy replacement is to be done. So ball bearings are very useful in the skateboard wheels, commercial, private, and the military aircraft, including the pulleys. It is also used in the hard drive. In the diagram, sleeve or the bush bearing is shown, in which the bearing rotating shaft is supported by a bearing component rigidly fixed to the frame of a machine. So they are of the general bearing type and the thrust or the polar bearing type. These bearings are made up of bronze, but for the universal and the fan-cooled motor, the sintered powder or the porous metal bearing are used because of their very important self-lubricating property. The slave bearing on very small motors are lubricated with the help of the oil wick, which is pressed lightly against the shaft by the spring. So always used with the shaft in the horizontal position. Advantages of the sleeve bearing is that reduction in the noise level, reduction in the external vibration of a machine, but less tolerance to the heat. So sleeve bearing it is used in the automotive industry, marine industry, and the bike. The learner may pause the presentation and can go through the short quiz and may cross-check their answers. The learner may also note the following questions in the notebook and can solve them and the cross check also. In the today's session, we have seen the different type of power transmission media just like rope, belt, drive, chain, etc. And also the type of bearing, that is a roller or ball bearing, and sleeve or the bush bearing, which are suitable to a particular application in the industry. The student can refer the following books for the further learning and enhance the knowledge. Thank you very much. Enjoy your learning.